Hi guys, this is Mohammed from Recolay, and today I'm going to show you 6 steps to film in manual mode. Don't worry, I'm going to simplify it. If you like this type of video, please tell me in the comments so we can make more video about lighting, edit trick or certain type of video that you like. So, step number 1, resolution. The resolution that you use is determined by few different things. One of them is the detail level that you want. Go to your menu, choose the highest resolution that you can, and you're ready to go. It's different between cameras. For example, for us, Sony a7 III is 4K 25 frames per second, but you can shoot in 1080p if you look for a smaller size. I don't want to get into codecs or bitrate, too complicated for this video, but generally speaking, the higher resolution that you use, the bigger the size file will be. So if you do professional work, 4K or higher resolution will give you the more detail that you need. If you do personal stuff, the stuff that you're gonna upload on your social media, then 1080p it's going to be a better option. For TikTok and Instagram, 1080p is the max resolution. If you upload 4K video in these platforms, it's going to downres that to 1080p anyway. So, number 2. Frame rate. Frame rate is amount of frames or images that your camera take per second. There are few key frame rates that you need to know about. The most common frame rate is 24 frames per second, but many cameras will give you the option of 23.976 frames per second, which is the same thing but tactically more correct. It's industry standard for the movies and it most closely resembles what your eyes see, the 30 frames per second. You most commonly see this in TV reality shows, news, or just some YouTubers. Then there's 60, 120, and 240 frames per second. These frame rates are used for slow motions. So the higher you go, the more you'll be able to slow your footage down for slow motions. Step number 3, shutter speed. Shutter speed determines the amount of motion blur that your clips are going to have. If you want to simulate the motion blur that your eyes see, take the frame rate you selected and double it. Easy. For example, if you shoot 25 frames per second, you need to set your shutter speed around up 50. Compare these two clips and look at the motion blur in my hand. You realize the shutter speed better. In very rare cases, you need to lower or raise your shutter speed. It's something you do creatively. Number 4, aperture. Aperture is determined by the lens that you use. It affects depth of field and light in your image. So the lower the number, the blurrier things that aren't focused will be. For example, here is the shot at f1.8 and here is the same shot at f10. Side by side you see f1.8 background is totally blurred out and f10 is a lot more clear. And step number 5, ISO. ISO is typically going to be the last setting that you change when you want to nail the exposure. So it means there is no specific setting about ISO, it depends on different lighting situation that you shoot. I just recommend to keep your ISO as low as possible without getting your image too dark. Your exposure is set, let's dial in white balance. So white balance in your camera is what you use to offset the color of your light in the scene. The point really is just make your white look white. If you set this incorrectly, your image is just going to look either too cool or too warm. It's different based on the scene you're shooting, but the most neutral common setting for white balance is 516 Kelvin. It works good at daylight or professional lighting setting like this. But again, it depends on your lighting situation. That's what you needed to know to start filming in manual mode. Obviously, you're still gonna need so many practice to be comfortable in manual mode. You just need to experience these settings in different situations. Don't forget to watch these videos, like and subscribe in our channel and comment down below.